Hey, Adam Napolitano here from Writing in the Fire, your favorite health supplement copywriter. And in today's video, I want to take a couple minutes and talk about nightmare stories in your sales copy. In particular, I want to talk about how to stop ruining John's nightmare, right? So if you're familiar with any of the top sales letters or VSLs, especially in the health market, on platforms like ClickBank, for example, you'll notice most of the top sellers feature some type of nightmare story in their sales letter, right? Usually in the lead to start off the sales letter. And I mean, poor John, like, he's almost died, he's almost lost it all probably 1,000 different times now, right? But, you know, there's a reason why you see nightmare stories used all the time in sales copy, and that's because they do work well, right? They grab attention. They get the prospect immediately into a very emotional state, and they convert really well if, and this is a big if, they're executed correctly. Like most things, there's plenty of wrong ways to use a nightmare story in your sales copy. And so for this video, I want to focus on one mistake in particular that can just really cause you to miss the mark on a nightmare story and have it fall flat and result in poor conversion. So I'm going to talk about an example that I encountered recently when working with a client. And so I'm going to describe to you the type of nightmare story they used in the lead to open the sales letter. And as I'm doing that, I want you to kind of think to yourself why maybe this missed the mark and fell flat and is just not converting well at all. So first, let me give you a brief profile on the audience, and then I'll start talking about the story. So this is for a hearing loss supplement. And the profile is men and women 60 years of age and older, so a little bit of an older demographic, and they're struggling with hearing loss, right? They've had hearing loss for quite a while, usually at least a few months, but in many cases a year or more. A lot of these people have been struggling with hearing loss for a long, long time. They've tried different types of conventional treatments like hearing aids, and maybe they did receive some benefit or temporary benefit, but they're still not hearing as well as they'd like. So they're just really looking for any type of alternative treatment out there or therapy that might give them even a little more of their hearing back, right? So that's kind of the general audience here. And so now let me start talking about the nightmare story that was used in my client's old sales letter. So this was told from the first person angle, and it basically focuses on the main character, the narrator of the sales letter, when he was sitting in the doctor's office on the table and the doctor's dropping the bomb, right? He's delivering the news that this guy has severe hearing loss in both ears. He's going to be deaf before he knows it and probably never able to hear anything again. And so this poor guy, right, John, is in just such a state of shock and devastation. You know, his wife's there. She starts crying, and just all these awful thoughts and images are running through his mind of how, he'll never be able to hear his wife's voice again. Not always a bad thing. He won't be able to hear the laughter of his kids or his grandkids, right? All these awful things. And so, to the copywriter's credit, they did a pretty good job of kind of conveying all the negative emotions and feelings that this guy, I'll call him John. John wasn't the name used, that he was feeling in the moment. So from a copy standpoint, the copy itself wasn't bad at all, right? That wasn't the problem. So that's the gist of the story they used to open the sales letter. So hopefully while I was describing that, maybe you had some ideas of why this missed the mark. And again, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts or your interpretation of this as well. But so in my opinion, the reason why this fell flat and missed the mark is because this nightmare story focused on the very beginning of their hearing loss journey, when they first got the bad news, right? But where are these people now? Our target customers, where are they now in their journey? They're not at the beginning. They've moved way past that, right? They know they have hearing loss. They've probably accepted it for the most part. They just want it better. They're looking for any possible way to improve it. And so the lesson here is that the best and most effective nightmare stories tend to focus on and capture the number one pain point the prospect is feeling right now on a daily basis that's top of mind and they're experiencing it right now. Not something they went through in the past, possibly years ago, but the number one thorn in their side pain point they're suffering with right now. Top of mind. That's the key. That's where this copywriter went wrong and why that nightmare story missed the mark. Now, if for whatever reason you can't craft a story around the number one top of mind pain point they're dealing with right now on a daily basis, next best option is to focus on the number one fear they have, something they're absolutely terrified of happening if they don't fix their problem. That's how you craft nightmare stories that really hit, really connect on a deep emotional level, and ultimately convert well. So that does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found value in this. If you did, I'd love if you left me a like or even a comment or even shared the video with your audience. I would super appreciate it. And if you enjoy this type of content, I'm going to be producing videos like this every Monday. Sometimes there'll be videos of me talking, giving a tip like I did today, or some videos might be me doing critiques of sales copy, emails, sales letter leads, stuff like that. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any of that, I suggest you get on my email list. Head over to my website, writingandfire.com. I'll probably leave a link in the comments below. And yeah, join my email list. You'll even get a free gift, a copy of my pill framework for joining. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.